Hello everyone, welcome to Friday's CPCN news show. Makes sense, does it? Because that's the Chris Pritchard cycling news show. Just CPCN. Where can we bring the transition from today? Oh, here it is. First up, controversy. Check this tweet out from Phil Guyman. Controversial opinion. Fondo shouldn't have prize money or results. If you have budget for that, spend it on something that 1,000 riders will enjoy. Phil's Fondo does great food and games at the aid stations, rather than prizes that ruin the vibe on and off the bike. I'm just going to leave that one there and simply say, discuss. Staying on the theme of controversy, I've learned a new word today. Cyclophobic.
Cyclophobic.
Yeah, it's not really a word. I first heard this on British Breakfast Television when they were talking about the story that we ran a couple of days ago, which was the lady that walked out in front of the cyclist. She was looking at her phone, wasn't looking where she was going. She got hit by the bike. She ended up getting a massive payout because they said it was the cyclist's fault, even though there was eyewitnesses that said that she wasn't looking where she was going. But anyway, there was a debate on GMB. Check this out.
Want people to get engaged, but cyclists that don't obey the laws of the road,
which is most of them, frankly.
which is
whoa, hey. Knobhead. Not all cyclists, not the majority of cyclists, a minority of cyclists do not adhere to the rules and regulations of the road. It's not the majority. So pipe down, sunshine. And what is this? Us versus them. Like, why do car drivers have such a strong identity to their car? It is literally a mode of transport with an engine. When you step out of that car, you're still a dickhead. When you get in the car, you're still a dickhead. It doesn't matter whether you're on your bike, you're on a train, you're in a car, you're on a plane, you, sir, are a dickhead. Now, I'll not show you the whole of the clip. If you want to see it, there's a link in the description to check out the whole news story. Now, here's a question. How much do you hate those Instagram models that do nothing but show off their six packs and their bulging muscles? Whoop-de-doo, you look great. But can you do this? What's all about that? That's Kate Courtney, professional mountain biker, showing off her core stability skills, her coordination skills and her grip strength. I would not mess with that lady. Staying with Twitter now, and my good friend James Golding has just completed the race across the West, which is in preparation for his race across America. But it wasn't without problems. So it turns out the best ride of my life, the day I literally left everything on the road, is a bit too good for someone. It's been flagged. Well, there were 3 people, a camera crew and a tracker keeping tabs on me all day. But hey, I'll do it again for you next year. #raw. So it appears that some absolute bell flagged his 329-mile ride, which took a total of 18 hours. What? 14,000 feet of elevation. Which dick flagged that? Listen, right, if you don't know about James, if you don't know about his story, I'm going to leave a link in the description. One of the most inspirational, one of the most motivational people you will ever meet. Sticking with Twitter now, and did you see the video that Team Ineos posted? I'm not too sure, I've not done much research, but I think this is the new rider that's going to replace Chris Froome for this year's Tour de France.
The sun actually came out with a spot of rain, but not too much.
That is, of course, Mavis Patterson, who is aiming to become the oldest lady to ride the length of Great Britain. Not only that, she's doing it for an amazing charity in Macmillan Cancer. So if you want to donate, link is down in the description. And Team Ineos have donated £10,000 towards that cause. So, I don't know, it just makes you feel good, doesn't it? What an amazing thing to do. Let's head over to Instagram now and see if the Pro Peloton have been posting, I don't know, any interesting pictures? Whoa, what is that? Show me that again. So it appears Luke Rowe has lost a bet, but what I want to know is, what was the bet? Here's my thought. I think he's had a bet with the Team Ineos bus driver, and it went something a little like this. All right, Luke, I reckon come to Tour de France, you're going to be our best bet for a GC. I tell you what, I'll take that bet, and if I am, I'll bloody shave my hair. No, but what you got to do is, you've got to shave it into a mohawk. A bloody mohawk. All right, you're on. All right, mate, you're on. I don't know. Let me know down below, what do you think the bet was that Luke lost for him to have to shave his head into a bloody mohawk? Zwift news now, and check out this picture that was posted on Zwift Hype today. The Ghost power-up. Is it real? Is it fake? Who knows, but it sounds like a Ghost power-up could be coming to Zwift soon. But what is it going to do exactly? Let's take a few guesses. Is it going to make you completely disappear to everybody else on the screen? Which hopefully would mean that your name disappears as well. So you can put an attack in, I guess. Is it going to make you turn into a ghost, which allows riders to ride through? No, because you can ride through riders anyway. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen, Pritchard, right? John Mayfield has just dropped some release notes on Zwift's forum so we can find out exactly what the ghost is going to do. So the power-up, invisibility. When a Zwifter activates it, they will become invisible for a short period of time. Do you use it to sneak away? Do you start a sprint, go invisible, and then immediately let off the gas, leaving everybody else to believe that you're invisibly sprinting away? It could be interesting. I'm going to say it's not going to be that interesting. I'm sorry, but come on, do better than that, Zwift. Come on! There's better power-ups you could have put your time and effort into. But anyway, it's not about this power-up. Time trials are here. Time trials are here. So John writes in this recent post, time trial events are now a thing. Well, in a few days when the events go live. Just like real-world time trials, Zwifters will start one by one and be timed against the clock. When you sign up in the Zwift Companion for a time trial event, you'll be assigned a start time. Just sign into the game before your assigned time and you'll be put into the start area on our new conveyor belt system. Row by row, you'll move closer to the start line until finally it's your turn to go. You'll get a final countdown and off you go. So you can see there from the two screenshots there, you've got what, maybe 6 or 7 rows of people lined up ready to go. And then at timed intervals, you will go on your own. I presume maybe 10 seconds, 20-second intervals. You can see there that they've changed the heads-up display as well. So you've got RPM in the top left of the center bar, watts in the middle, heart rate, you've got your time, I guess, speed, and then you've got distance covered, and I guess elevation climbed. And then right in the middle in that bar will be the length of the time trial, I guess. Pretty interesting that. Not a massive fan of time trials in real life, never done one in real life, but I will be definitely attempting one on Zwift and giving it a full Pritchard review, I guess. If you want to check out the full notes in that forum, click the link in the description down below. Sticking with Zwift, and there's a new race series starting soon. It's called the Zwift Classics. Again, this screenshot was taken from Zwift Hype, and you can see the technical guide here for Zwift Classics. Welcome to Zwift Classics. We are pleased to have you and your team as participants in our exciting race events. Every effort has been made to make this technical guide as complete as possible. Last minute changes and or errors needing correction will be communicated by the team managers via normal communique channels. This sounds like it's a team event, potentially invitational only by the looks of it. The fact that there's team managers involved in it, you can't help thinking that it's only going to be for a select amount of teams. I don't know, potentially. It's an 8-race series and the majority of races are pretty uninteresting apart from the last two. Yorkshire Grand Prix, 25th and 26th of September, although they are tentative. It's going to last all the way from July to September when Zwift season will kind of just be getting started. So if they're going to hit Zwifters with a brand new Yorkshire World Championship course at the end of September, that could be all the news people need to hear to get back on Zwift a lot earlier than they probably would have. Now the boys in the CyclingHub office have been busy working on this amazing power overlay that Eurosport have been using. This is the descent from Anyway, it's from him and it's an amazing power overlay. It's on a descent, so obviously it's not really all about the power, it is about the speed and the speed of his descent and just the smoothness of his descent. It's a textbook descent. Go and watch it, give it some love across on Facebook. As always, link in the description down below. Moving on to racing news now, and let's get some breaking news from the Tour de Suisse. Stage 7 of the Tour de Suisse has just this second finished, and Egan Bernal has just wiped the floor with everybody. Is he now Team Ineos's favourite rider going into the Tour de France? The Colombian dropped all his rivals on the final climb at Paso San Gotardo, and with just 2 kilometres remaining, he soloed away for his first ever Tour de Suisse victory. Now I'm sure at Ineos, they don't want him to be team leader yet, but after everything that happened with Froome, the fact that G might not be on the form that he should be on, are they going to give the leadership to Bernal? He's now 41 seconds ahead of his nearest GC rival, who's Rowan Dennis. He's probably going to take some time out of Bernal come the time trial tomorrow. However, they're back in the mountains for the last stage, where you can't see anybody but Egan Bernal taking the victory and winning the Tour de Suisse overall. Listen, today's stage was very, very impressive, but for me personally, yesterday, when he maintained 6.6 watts a kilo for 20 minutes, was mightily impressive. It's going to be interesting to see what his stats are from today, so we'll bring you those stats on Monday. The big news coming from Team Sunweb is that Tom Dumoulin is out of the Tour de France. In a statement on their website, they said, Tom was really eager to be ready in time for the Tour and he tried all he could, but now the conclusion is that's simply not possible. We trusted in the process of rest, recuperation and a gradual return to racing, but like in any recovery, there have been setbacks. That boy's not had much luck when it comes to cycling this year, has he? In the statement, Tom also said, the last month has been extremely difficult overall, and with the setbacks in the knee recovery, after what happened at the Giro, I really wanted to go into the Tour, but this week I've realised it's just not realistic for my level to be there in time. I've tried so hard to get there, but I really have to listen to my body and release myself from chasing an unrealistic goal. So that's Froome out, and that's Dumoulin out now. And we've also got the reigning champion of the Tour de France, Geraint Thomas, injured and not getting the same amount of training in as he would if he was still on the Tour de Suisse. So what's going to happen? Is it going to allow those top 10, top 5 riders to step up onto that podium? Do we think we're going to see one of the most open Tour de France's we've ever seen? Or do you think someone's going to steal the show and just run away with it? Leave your comments down below and let us know. Next up, a Dutch cyclocross rider, Denis Betts, who was provisionally suspended after returning a positive test for anabolic steroids, could now be facing a full suspension. Sporza reported in May that a reliable source has told its editors that the B sample she returned also tested positive. After receiving a notification that her A sample had come back positive, she proclaimed her innocence. Of course she would, and she asked for a B sample to also be tested. And in an interview, she said this, I'm disappointed because I am absolutely innocent. I'm going to challenge this and I will request a counter expertise. How many times has an A sample been tested, then a B sample's been tested and they've gone, oh, actually we made a mistake. Come on. Just admit it. And the last racing story today is Mathieu van der Poel will be racing the Tour of Britain. After Van der Poel had a great classic season, he put his flag in the sand and he said, I want to ride the World Championships in Yorkshire this year. And what better preparation than riding the World Championships on UK roads than riding the Tour of Britain? It was announced on Thursday from the Tour organisers Sweet Spot that Mathieu van der Poel's team, Corindon Circus, had been given a space on the Tour. When asked about it, Van der Poel said, I'm happy to go to the Worlds and to have the occasion to get to know the OVO Energy Tour of Britain in the weeks before. I'm really happy the organisers gave our team the chance to participate for the first time and at the same time helps me preparing for the Worlds in the best possible way. Riders normally do one or two things when it comes to the Worlds. They either head to Spain and the Vuelta, or they come to the UK and the Tour of Britain. But because the Worlds are on UK roads this year, do you think we'll see an influx of bigger name riders heading to the Tour of Britain so they can get some additional practice on our roads? Because, hey, there's no two ways about it. UK roads feel very different to sunny, warm Spanish roads. And bear in mind, a lot of these riders won't have touched these roads since the Tour of Yorkshire way back in April, May, if they came at all. So this could be their first chance to get a feel for the roads again. Or do you think it doesn't matter to a professional? Do you think a professional just rides the bike regardless, no matter what road surface is underneath them? Because I've ridden abroad and there's a distinct difference between the roads I ride here and the roads I ride abroad. YouTube news now, and Francis Cade is about to embark on a huge epic ride as the GB Giro starts this weekend. The GB Giro has been organised by a community of self-supported racers who love wild places. A not-for-profit road and gravel bikepacking club for self-supported racers. There's an annual programme of unsupported trails to test the mind and body. Timing, routes and results are handled by Strava, so there's no entry fees. And on the GB Giro homepage, you can actually see the progress of the riders. Go make sure you show some support for Francis on his YouTube channel, as well as over on the GB Giro page. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when we go live with our videos, because we don't post them at regular times. We like to keep you on your toes. And if I ever go into live streaming when the sun goes down and the wind and the rain and the horribleness comes out, then you'll be able to know firsthand when I go live with them. Does that make sense? Good. Have a great weekend. Till next time.